Celtic's Champions League campaign ended in crushing disappointment after a goalless draw against Kairat Almaty, followed by a heartbreaking 3-2 loss in the penalty shootout. The spotlight fell harshly on Daizen Maeda, who missed a crucial scoring opportunity as well as the decisive penalty, leaving the hoops stunned and out of Europe's elite competition. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite being the favorites on paper, Celtic couldn't find the net across an exhausting 210 minutes against a side ranked 315th in Europe, forcing them to settle for participation in the Europa League instead. Throughout the match in Kazakhstan, Maeda squandered a golden chance to seal victory just as extra time was about to begin. The experienced Japanese forward's misfortune didn't end there. He also missed the pivotal penalty after teammates Adam Maeda and Luke McCowan failed to convert their spot kicks. This sequence highlights a broader issue of clinical finishing that plagued Celtic throughout the tie. The atmosphere was tense and fraught with frustration, especially among the fans, who voiced their anger by chanting, "Sack the board," shortly after the first leg. This outcry reflected their dissatisfaction with the club's lack of significant summer signings. And this is the part most people miss. The failure to bring in new talent has possibly compounded Celtic's woes heading into the transfer deadline, amplifying skepticism about the club's direction. To put it bluntly, Celtic's neglect to reinforce the squad after Jota's long-term injury and the departure of promising winger Nicholas Kuhn has turned out to be a costly oversight, potentially shaving off an estimated £20 million in revenue due to early Champions League elimination. Despite efforts to recover from last season's near miss when they bowed out late to Bayern Munich in the knockout playoffs, these ambitions were severely hindered by unexplained delays in key transfer dealings. Even Shin Yamada, the only forward recruited since striker Kyogo Furuhashi's exit in January, was left unused on the bench during the crucial second leg. Off the pitch, Kairat Almaty faced their own challenges, including the loss of goalkeeper Alexander Zaritsky to injury and the suspension of their teenage star Dastin Satpayev. Even then, they started aggressively, though without seriously troubling Celtic's goalkeeper Kasper Schmeichel. For Celtic, things simply didn't click. South Korean midfielder Young Hyun-jun, who had moments of promise, struggled with ball control and distribution, rare errors that cost the team valuable momentum. One close call in the first half saw James Forrest's header narrowly tipped over after a well-crafted move involving Hyun-jun and Reo Hatate. The shakiness persisted into the second half, with several missed opportunities and defensive mishaps. For example, Nygren wasted a promising attack by hesitating too long on the ball, and Callum McGregor's risky back pass forced Schmeichel into a crucial goal line save. An indirect free kick later in the game saw Maeda controversially block a shot with his hands, but VAR ruled in Celtic's favor due to the ball's trajectory. Despite Celtic's ongoing pressure, including blocks from Cameron Carter-Vickers and several acrobatic saves from Schmeichel, their finishing remained lacking. The biggest regret for Celtic fans came in the 86th minute when Maeda, clean through on goal, shot over the bar, despite the defender closing in. Other chances, like those created by Reo Hatate and substitute Adam Maeda, were similarly thwarted. When the match went to penalties, Celtic's woes continued as missed shots by Maeda, McCowan, and ultimately Maeda sealed their fate. Manager Brendan Rodgers expressed deep disappointment, emphasizing the hard work of his players, but acknowledging the harsh reality. Failing to find the net over 2 legs is a bitter setback. He pointed out how the team showed flashes of potential last season, but failed to replicate that level when it mattered most this time. Rodgers called the defeat a significant blow and remarked on the silence that followed the final whistle. With players left to grapple with bitter disappointment, expert commentators, like Wilson, have been forthright in their criticism, questioning the club's strategy. The gamble to rely on existing squad members rather than investing in reinforcements backfired spectacularly. Wilson highlighted the youth and inexperience in key defensive positions and expressed disappointment in Celtic's lack of creativity and cohesion over 210 minutes. He noted Kairat's robust and disciplined approach as key to their victory, a sobering moment that raises important questions about Celtic's future planning and leadership decisions. Looking ahead, Celtic's immediate focus shifts to the fiercely contested Old Firm Derby against Rangers this Sunday at Ibrox, kicking off at noon. Currently sitting 6 points clear at the top of the Scottish Premiership table, this fixture offers a chance for redemption and a boost of confidence. But will the failure to secure Champions League football cast a long shadow over the team's morale? And what does this near miss say about Celtic's strategy and ambitions going forward? These are pressing questions that fans and pundits alike will be eager to debate. What's your take on Celtic's transfer policy and their bleak Champions League exit? Do you think the blame lies with the management, the board, or the players? Join the conversation and share your thoughts.